Hey, I'm Danny, aka Topless. I'm 500 miles into a hike on the PCT and I'm giving tips. And today I want to talk about the desert and how to handle the heat. So, first of all, I want to talk about clothing. And second, I want to talk about sweat. So let's start with clothing. So you could wear shorts and a t-shirt and sunscreen. And I've definitely seen a lot of people out here doing that. So I want you to know you have that option. Another option is to wear sun clothes. So for example, right now I'm wearing a hat that I've cut the top out of. Don't do that unless you have the hair for it. I cut the top out on the second hot day in the desert and it really cooled me down. But I got a lot of feedback from a lot of hikers that they could never do it because their hair is too thin or they're balding. So before you cut the top out of your hat, consider your hair. But anyways, getting back to clothing. Get a hat. You notice my face is mostly in shadow. I've got something on the back here to protect my neck. If you don't have that, you can use a bandana and just tuck it into your hat and protect your neck and the sides of your face. I'm wearing a shirt that is long sleeve, but it's meant to be light and loose fitting, and it's meant to be UV protection basically. I've got gloves on for my my trekking poles. Here's the gloves. They're fingerless and they're also UV protection. I've seen quite a few hikers out here with perfectly white skin or perfectly light skin except for their hands. So I eventually got these gloves. Before that, I was putting bandanas over my trekking poles, over the tops here, and using a rubber band to hold them on and putting my hands underneath the bandanas. And that worked fairly well. My pants are like a very light material, like an REI pants with the zip-off bottoms, or the bottom of the legs. And they're great in the sun. They're light and loose. What I'm noticing is the sun touches things and those things heat up. So you want a loose fitting shirt and loose fitting pants. I tried putting on some, I've got leggings for when it gets cold out. And I took off one of my zipper pant legs. So I had one pant leg that was wearing, sorry, I had one leg that was wearing both an underlayer and an outer layer. I had one leg that was just wearing the underlayer. And the underlayer only instantly heated up so fast because the sun heated the material and the material was touching my leg and it was just too hot too fast. Compared to the other leg, which had 2 layers on it but was way cooler. So you want something that's loose fitting because that's what the sun's gonna touch. So just to recap that, you could use sunscreen. You're gonna use a lot of it. You can use it every day. Or you can find clothes that are gonna protect you from the sun. The next option would be to have an umbrella. And I've noticed with my umbrella, what I do is early mornings and in the evenings, I hike the way I'm hiking right now, which is just covered completely. When it gets really hot, I bring out my umbrella. I have an umbrella in one hand, a trekking pole in the other, and I found that I can position my umbrella to always face the sun and keep my upper body completely in shade. And because of that, I realized I don't need my hat. And if I'm using my umbrella, I also don't need my gloves, and I can roll my sleeves up. And before long, I realized I can hike topless if I have an umbrella because I can always point it towards the sun. When the sun is directly overhead, I can also take the legs off my pants because I can be completely in the shadow of the umbrella, which is pretty handy. So there are your options. Lots of sunscreen every day, or clothes that will work like sunscreen, or an umbrella to keep yourself in the shade. And the second part, sweat. Actually, I'm going to save that for the next tip. So check out the next tip.